Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Sorry for like that green. It's because the sun is like right there. And ooh, I do not have a lot of storage and I do not have a lot of battery. What are we gonna do? We're going to pause and I'll be right back. We are back. So first we're going to talk about what I am reading this week and then open some packages. So I have not read anything today because I slept really late. I slept till almost 1 o'clock, but it was really very much needed because I have been having to wake up early this week, so getting to sleep in was super nice. So I did not get to the Sun King, and I didn't read this yesterday either just because I was not in the mood to pick it up. But this is The Sun King by Nancy Mitford. It is a biography on Louis XIV of France, who was the longest reigning monarch ever. Then I am reading Babel by R.F. Kuang. This is my fantasy pick for my 5-star prediction. This takes place in the Victorian times at Oxford University, and about how languages give magic to metals, in this case silver, and their secret societies, colonialism, all of that bound in this one book. I am loving it, but it's pretty lengthy, so I did not finish or get to the point that I would have liked to yesterday. I wanted to get to page 300 and I was not home during the 3 o'clock reading hours, so I did not get to do that. So at 6, that's what we're going to be picking up. And so today's main focus would have been Daisy Jones and the Six, which is my mood read and my buddy read with you guys on the channel, where I tell you all my thoughts every time I pick up this book. So every day I tell you my thoughts on this book. I am doing the audiobook, so this is probably not going to be picked up until like 7 o'clock. Maybe 9 o'clock, but this is about a band in the 1970s, their rise and then their collapse. And then last night I finished Germs of Autumn by Diana Gabaldon, which is the 4th book in the Outlander series, so we will be picking up the 5th book this week. I need to go get it though. I think it's in another room. I hope I put it in there. I don't know where it's at. So this was a book over 1,000 pages, so it took me 3 months to read. And I just need to put in my final annotations, and then I can take my bookmark out, put it with the done books, because today is the last day of the month, so I need to take my wrap-up picture and all of that. There's a lot that we have to do today, but let's open some packages now. I used my handy dandy, this little ID protection rolling stamp. This was so handy and I'm so glad I got it. Sorry for the random hair that got stuck in there, but I will leave a link to this down below. I'm not sponsored or anything, but it's super helpful to cover up my address so I don't have to worry or have any anxiety about opening things. Now, where are my scissors? Okay, they're right here. So y'all know I do a monthly big Amazon order, maybe buying things that I couldn't find in store that month, and then on Amazon I'm looking for sales. So I usually will only buy things if they are 25% or more off, because why do it if there's not a sale? Like, I get if it's something like a necessity, like sometimes the ink does get on your hand, but like I get it, like maybe say you're out of Tylenol, because it does happen to me, so I will go buy Tylenol on there, and obviously that might not always be on sale. And then like they sell snacks on Amazon and all of that. So this is the book that I got. Oh gosh, I am knocking stuff down everywhere. I have a lot of trash I really need to clean, but we'll be doing that this week, don't worry. So this is Gilded Mountain by Kate Manning. Again, this was on sale. She lives in New York City. So this is set in the early 1900s, Colorado, the unforgettable tale of a young woman who bravely faces the consequences of speaking out against injustice. That 1900s Colorado setting, I was like, yes, give me that. I love Westerns and just love that time period and place, and it sounds like a great story. So this one is heavier, coming all the way from Kansas City, probably like the most viral city in America this week, thanks to Miss Taylor Swift and Mr. Travis Kelce. 2 people I'm not a fan of. No hate to them, but so it's kind of been irrelevant to me, but social media has really been putting it in my face, and I'm like, I really do not care. about this, but you can't. I mean, you can choose what's on your profile. Okay, the thing on top in this box is a Christmas gift to somebody, so I'm gonna put that aside. So another book that I got is A Mystery of Mysteries, The Death and Life of Edgar Allan Poe by Mark Davidsiak. So this is a brilliant biography of Edgar Allan Poe that examines the renowned author's life through the prism of his mysterious death and many possible causes. I really want to go to the Edgar Allan Poe Museum in Richmond, but there's a little sticker there. But I haven't got the chance to do that. I have a whole trip to Richmond planned out. Like, I would have a fantastic time. But we are kind of in the spooky season. Poe is associated with the spooky season. Now, where is that book I got earlier? Okay, it was under that box. Okay, what is in here? What is this? Okay, this looks super weird, but this is for my CMJ. Well, it comes with a little baggie you can put it in. So this, it looks like a Kong dog toy. You put it back here. I mean, I'm sure you can do it anywhere, but I got it for my neck because I was having like, my neck was those muscles were really tense this week. And I watched a video of how you can release those muscles and it's laying on one of these. So I went ahead and bought myself one of those. It's really heavy. I didn't expect it to be heavy. But you can do that with like a tennis ball or anything. But I don't even own tennis balls, so I just went ahead and bought that. So we have another book here. I see something like really random in there. But, ooh, come on, come on. Yeah, I hate when they put books in the plastic because I'm like, I can't get into that. This author, oh, they don't even have, that is so strange. I don't know if they don't have a description either. I think the author commented on something, not on one of my things, but on Reddit or somewhere. And I was like, ooh, oh, okay, it's back here on the back. And I was like, that sounds really fascinating. So we take a short glimpse into Jackie's life, both as a child and adult, before a horrific accident takes her life. At that point, we are catapulted back into the late 19th century. It is France, 1889, and Clarice, Jackie's great-grandmother, is 9 years old. A series of events change the course of young Clarice's life. Betrayal and intrigue surround the murder of Clarice's very rich grandmother in Paris. And shortly thereafter, a mysterious explosion on the train taking them to their summer home kills her parents. She is hunted by the men responsible and who, believing part of the fortune still exists in Switzerland, are determined to take everything. Leaving the orphanage at 18, Clarice is bent on revenge. Who murdered her family and why? Who can she trust? Pulled into the seamy side of Paris's nightlife and risking her soul, she falters and later seeks redemption. Along the way, she falls in love with the one man who holds the key to the mystery. So why did I pick this up? I love that setting, and then I love that we have dual timelines. Okay, these, because I wear a lot of strapless stuff, yeah. And then I got toothpaste because one needs toothpaste in life. I got a mermaid dress. I have nowhere to wear this, but it was beautiful and I wanted it. And then I bought myself a lunchbox because I want to organize my meals. So I got one of these and it is so cute. Yeah, and it has little compartments and I was just like, that is so cute. And I want to plan my meals ahead and just have it all in a nice little box. But that is everything I got from Amazon this month. Okay, I think you guys are charged. Yeah, y'all are charged now. So I got to where I wanted to get to in Babel, and then I read 42 pages in here. Let me write that down before I forget. So 42 pages. So I will be starting Fiery Cross tonight. But let's get into my thoughts in here tonight. It's just so... Music is everything. Music brings people together. It doesn't matter the language, because I mean, think how big K-pop is. All the people I know who listen to K-pop, I'm gonna tell you, they are not fluent in Korean. Think of like how big Despacito was. A lot of people aren't fluent in Spanish, and it was one of the biggest songs in the world, if not the biggest. I know it was like one of the most viewed YouTube videos of all time. I don't know if that's been broken or not though. But music truly that's not the right word. Transcends boundaries. That's what I'm wanting to say, but I don't think that's the word. but it goes past boundaries, and it just, as I said, it brings people together. People, it doesn't matter like what political party they are, what race they are, they can still love the same music, love the same art. And because I think it's just art in general, it can be a book, it can be a painting, it can be anything, a play, a movie, and it just brings people together. And I think that's honestly amazing. And also, this is 100% better than the show. Like the show, I don't know what went wrong with the show, because the show is still, it's a good show. It's, let's say, yeah, we'll give it a 4. But that's like a 4.0, not a 4.5, not a 4.75. We're gonna give it like a 4.0, so 4 exactly. Because the actors are great. The music is fantastic. Probably my favorite album of the year. And yeah, I don't know why. No, not all the acting was good. We know I don't like Camilla's acting. My bad. I know everybody loved her, but truly beautiful woman. Loved her outfits, but did not like her acting. Can't help it. So there's that update. So we'll be getting into the Fiery Cross after I get a bath here, because I really want a nice warm bath because I'm freezing. It was like 80 degrees today. Well, at least with the humidity it was 80. I think it was actually like 77, but I was freezing. Sea shivers. So we'll be starting. This is the 5th book in the Outlander series, but I like how they have a description of the series and then a description of this 5th book. So I'm just going to tell you what the description of the whole series is, even though I could definitely tell you what it's about. So this is 4 dazzling tales featuring 18th century Scotsman James Fraser and his 20th century time-traveling wife, Claire Randall. Now Diana Gabaldon continues their extraordinary saga in a masterpiece of pure storytelling that is her most astounding Outlander novel yet. We'll see what I think. But I also have my TBR for October. I'm doing a video on it. Y'all would have already seen the video, but I do need to see which books I'm going to do audiobooks for, which I'm going to read physically. I do need to plan that out, and then I'm going to get my bath. Just this dress I got today. I cannot wait to try it on. Really random. all my new stuff I'm super excited about. And then we go to Barnes & Noble tomorrow. That is super exciting. Y'all know I love to go to the bookstore, so I can't wait for that. But I am going to, as I said, look at these books and decide ebook, audiobook. Hey guys, happy Sunday. I don't think I vlogged in Barnes & Noble. It was very busy there today. I mean, it's the weekend, so, you know, when I said the weekend, that man's face instantly came to my head. But let me show y'all what I got. I had such a big lunch. I went to KFC, which is like, I usually don't eat out on Sundays, but I was like, I really want fried chicken. And so I went there and I ate in like one go. I didn't have any leftovers. And they gave me an extra leg, so I ordered 2. They gave me 3, so shout out to them. But I did get 4 books. Yeah, we really did horror. I did not expect to buy 3 horror books. It's not really my jam, but these were ones that sound interesting. So I was looking for Dracula and could not find it. They had Frankenstein in the horror section, but not Dracula, and I did not want to go back to the classic section. No, so, but I did find this one that is called Dracula by Dacre Stoker and J.D. Barker. This is a special value price, apparently. Never seen that on a book. But it is 1868, and a 21-year-old Bram Stoker, that's who wrote Dracula, waits in a desolate tower to face an indescribable evil. Armed only with crucifix, holy water, and a rifle, he prays to survive a single night, the longest of his life. Desperate to record what he has witnessed, Bram scribbles down the events that led him here. So it goes all into his childhood and all, which I probably should read Dracula before I read that, but you know. And then I was not having a hard time just finding, as I said, I was looking for horror, and then I saw this, and this has been on my TBR of books I want to buy, and that is The House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward, who I don't remember about Have Little Eve, or that's the book I want to read, but there are several books by this author that I want to pick up. So what is this one about? In a boarded up house on a dead-end street at the edge of the wild Washington woods lives a family of 3. A young girl who isn't allowed outside, not after last time, a man who drinks alone in front of his TV trying to ignore the gaps in his memory, and a house cat who loves napping and reading the Bible. An unspeakable secret binds them together, but when a new neighbor moves in next door, what is buried out among the birch trees may come back to haunt them all. And then this one I had never heard of, but this cover really stood out to me. I like pink and black together. So this is The Marigold by Andrew F. Sullivan, and it takes place in Toronto, and I love Toronto. Again, really want to go back. I say it all the time, I need to get my passport renewed, and that is something I do plan to do in 2024. But this is in the dystopian near future Toronto. The Marigold, a gleaming condo tower, sits a half-empty promise, a stack of scuffed rental suites and undelivered amenities that crumbles around its residents as a mysterious sludge spreads slowly through it, rotting the building from within. While most surrender to its mold, too worn down to fight its hold in the city, some rise against it, but is Toronto already too far gone? And then the last book I got from the Southern Fiction Table, which I get a book from there every month, and this was next to the book that I got last month, and a lot of these books on this table are independently published, which is pretty cool. So that is The Floating Girls by Lo Patrick. This is in the backwaters of Georgia. One hot, sticky summer in Bledsoe, Georgia, 12-year-old Kay Whitaker stumbles across a stilt house in a neighboring marsh upon Andy Weber, a boy about her age. He and his father recently moved back to Georgia from California, and rumors of the suspicious drowning of Andy's mother years earlier have chased them back. So those are the books I got at Barnes & Noble today. Yeah, so that's super exciting. So I didn't get to read at 3 because, yeah, the people at KFC in front of me spent over $40. And if you are getting a really big order for a large group, go inside, because I'm like just buying one meal for me, a meal for my dad, and that is all. And it's just 2 little boxes, so that does not take long. So I had to wait from the time I placed my order to get my food was like 15 minutes, and then you have to count the time before that of when I was just waiting in line. So I was there a good bit of time. But so I didn't get to read at 3, didn't get to read at 1, and so I'm gonna read at 6, and that will be in Daisy Jones. Okay, I totally thought I had my reading journal over here, but I don't. But I read 104 pages today, which I honestly did not think I would get over 100 pages read, but that is what audiobooks can do. I've been following along with the audiobook for Daisy Jones and the Six. And there's just so much more depth in the book. I get that books you have more time, I feel like. That's kind of hard to say, because with a TV show you have 10 episodes, and say each episode's an hour, that's 10 hours worth of stuff. That's longer than the audiobook, so I don't know. But the book really makes it 3D, when the show I think is very one-dimensional. I don't know how that's possible, but there's just so much more depth to the characters. They develop a lot more. And I feel like this show is really focused on the romance, when the book is just the whole dynamic of a band and the people that go around a band, like managers, producers, all of that. And Fred is again in my lap. So there's just so much more to the book, and I think the book is way better than the show. I think now I would give the show like a 3 maybe, but I'm not. It's staying a 4-star because that's what it was when I originally read it or watched it. And this has me thinking, when I first read Daisy Jones, I was like, this is one of the best books I've ever read, if not the best. And Evelyn Hugo wasn't. And I had always heard that whichever one you read first, you tend to enjoy more. And now in this reread that I have been reading them in chronological order, and Evelyn Hugo came out before Daisy Jones, I feel like this time around I've liked Evelyn Hugo more. I don't know. But also mad respect to Taylor Jenkins Reid with how this book is written, because it's unreliable narrators. You have a whole band, and then you have the people around the band, the wives, the girlfriends, the, as I said, producers, and all that kind of stuff, managers. They are all going to have different viewpoints on a situation, and you have to get all of those, and which one's true you don't know, because everybody goes about a situation differently. And I just that would be so difficult to write. It would take me years to write something like this, because I'd be like, okay, we're gonna write Daisy, and once we're gonna write the whole book from Daisy's perspective, okay, now we're gonna write the whole book from Billy's perspective, now we're gonna do it from Graham's perspective, now we're gonna do it from Karen's perspective, and so on. I could not do that. Like, it would take forever. But there's my update for Sunday. I'm going to get my makeup off. I wore eye makeup today. Like, I didn't wear eyeliner, but I wore eyeshadow. I didn't wear mascara either. I haven't worn mascara in months, but I curled my lashes and then did eyeshadow with this Japanese brand, and it actually looks really good because it was really cheap, so I didn't know if it would look good or not, but it actually looks good and has stayed on all day, which has been like 10 hours. So I mean, to me that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna go get ready, and I think I'm gonna watch the movie I, Tonya tonight. Again, I talked about this in last week's vlog. I think I remember when this movie came out, but I've never got around to watching it, so I'm gonna watch it tonight, and then I'm almost done with watching all the Margot Robbie movies that I want to watch, because there might be some where she has like really like minuscule roles where I'm just like, I don't really care. But that could be completely wrong on my part. I haven't looked to see what they're about. And then I kind of have a plan for what movies I want to watch next after I finish my Margot Robbie sprint. We'll just have to see where it all goes. Update. So in Daisy Jones, we are at the 82% mark. We are really getting to where the love triangle takes a big part, and honestly, I don't care. I am not a love triangle person, and I know they probably happen all the time in real life, but I'm like, I just hate this. Like, why does this have to happen? Misunderstandings cause everything. Communication is key in life. Gotta record it. Happy Tuesday. So I did go to Target today because I had to go to the pharmacy, and that was a whole ordeal. So I didn't get to read in the 6 o'clock hour because like I had to wait for a prescription to come in, and it never did. Not the pharmacist's fault though, so no hate to them. They've never let me down there. But so I couldn't read at 6 because, as I said, and even before that, I went to Texas Roadhouse, and the Lucky Dog Rescue was there. So I'm gonna leave a link to them if you guys would like to donate to help some pups find homes, get fixed, and all of that fun stuff. I got a t-shirt from donating and everything. They were awesome, and I got to meet some puppies, so that's a fun. And it was at my favorite restaurant, my favorite chain restaurant, so that was super fun. And then, as I said, I did go to Target. I didn't buy a ton of stuff because I didn't think I was going to be there that long, but as I said, yeah, it was all confusing. I'm kind of scatterbrained, but I didn't get to read as much in Babel as I would have wanted to. I only read like, it was less, I read 54 pages and I wanted to read 75, but I'm starting to get angry at this book, and it's definitely going to get knocked down. I don't think it's going to be in the 4-star range. It might be rounded up to a 4 because it might be like a 3.5, but basically Rami, I don't know. I hate him just because people are treat you poorly. You shouldn't treat other people, other innocent people, poorly. That's one of my least favorite things. Treat people with kindness. He has no reason to be an a-hole to this girl, and it just makes me so mad because that's not how you fix issues. That's not, you're not going to accomplish what you want to accomplish by being like that. You're going to push people away, and you see that so much in society. So I mean, yes, it is very realistic, but in the book it's not even acting like he is a bad guy, when in my mind I'm like, he's awful, and he did get what he deserved. But I feel so bad saying that. People are like, I don't know. And then, so yeah, and then one character I just felt took a total turn, and something that she did I feel like is so out of bounds for her character, and it's not like her character at all, which I totally never expected to act like this about an R.F. Kuang book. So definitely not. This is her worst book I've read, which it's still a good book. It's still even in the great category, but there are some downfalls. So, and I feel like this could be a lot shorter. As I've told y'all, I feel like I get bogged down if I read for too long, and that's why I have to read in intervals with it, because it is just so dense. But there's my update for Babel. I am at 79%, so I will be finishing this week, because originally I thought I wouldn't be able to read on Wednesday, but now it's looking like I will be able to, but that could still change. Everything is up in the air, and it stresses me out because y'all know I am very OCD. I don't like to use OCD as an adjective, but I am very strict about my schedules. I don't like to change things around and all of that. That stresses me out, and that's what's happening, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And October is one of my busiest months of the year, so it's very stressful. But there's my update. I'm going to go, my dad's been watching Winning Time, so I'm gonna go watch an episode with him and eat my dinner while I do that, which is leftovers from what I had for lunch from my Texas Roadhouse. But yes, again, I am going to leave a link to the Lucky Dog Rescue if you guys would like to donate. Check them out. Adopt a Pet maybe. They are mainly in the Washington, D.C., Virginia area. So if you guys are in that area, but I am sure even if you are not in that area and you want to adopt one of those animals, like your heart is set on it, I'm sure they will find a way to get that animal to you. But yes, of the night update, let me shut that door actually. So okay, Daisy Jones, that's what we're talking about. I should finish it tomorrow, but I realized I think the main theme here is that everybody needs love in life. Not necessarily in a romantic sense. There's all different kinds of loves out there, but everybody needs it. And I think that's the main theme here, which you wouldn't necessarily think by just looking at this book, reading the description of this book, but I truly do think that's the theme. So there's where we are. I remember I got this book the day it came out. I had it pre-ordered because when I read that description, it's like, that's me as a book. And it just makes me so happy. So here's all the books I read today. Fun. Kind of. I read 108 pages, but I never updated y'all on I, Tonya like I said I would. So I, Tonya, that was Margot Robbie's best acting ever in anything I've seen her in. And it's not my favorite, but I do think that is her best. Like, fantastic, fantastic. It was a great movie, yeah. Okay, that was my charger cord. I was like, what is that over there? It's my Switch charger. But yeah, it was a great movie. Really recommend. I've already recommended it to some people. I am gonna watch Mean Girls tonight. I thought I was gonna watch Bombshell, but it's Mean Girls Day. It's October 3rd. On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was. And so the friend I only watch movies with, he was like, yeah, I was like, do we watch Mean Girls tonight? He's like, yeah, we're watching Mean Girls today. So we're watching Mean Girls, and that should be a ton of fun. Oh, here's where I am with the audiobook. I did need to see that. 8 hours and 11 minutes in. So that is where we are on that. And actually, funny story, I told you we were watching Winning Time, and in the last episode of the show, with the scene that happens, my dad knows somebody who was in that scene, like in real life, because the show's based on real life in the NBA 1984 finals. So that was kind of funny to see if this guy, we will actually see him on the show, because I've already watched it, but I didn't realize that he was the same guy that my dad knew. But it's Larry Bird we're talking about. No, I'm joking. But yeah, so we are going to go get a bath now. I would typically get a shower on Tuesday, but it just completely forgot to put the hair oil in, so we're not doing that today. And I think my hair looks pretty decent as it is, so we will do the hair oil. I don't know if I'll do it Thursday either. I'm going to a concert Thursday. I haven't told y'all that. Knock on wood that something doesn't come up and makes me cancel. But I'm going to a concert for the first time since COVID, so that should be a lot of fun. It's a band I only know one song by, but I was like, they're literally come to my town. No rock bands ever come to my town. It's only country or hip hop or like R&B, and I'm like, those are fine genres, but I'm not gonna spend $100 to go to a concert for. I'll listen to it for free on YouTube. So I am going to a concert, and that will be in this vlog. But so I won't have time to put hair oil in my hair, because I don't want hair oil in my hair looking all greasy at a concert. I don't know. I don't want to do that. I want to look nice. So we probably won't do the hair oil until Sunday, which that will be in next week's vlog. But oh, there's Frederick. Mr. Rumpelstick. Right here. He's like, it's bath time. You need to go get your bath. I know. He's mad that I'm holding him. Okay, belly rub for him. And then, hey guys, happy Wednesday. So I went back to Target. I got everything sorted with the pharmacy. Got my prescription and all of that. So settled by. My appointment's on the beach for Halloween. I'm kind of upset that it's going to be on Halloween, because I mean, it's a holiday and I'm going to be medicated, but you know, hopefully I'll be fine by the time the kids are coming for candy. I'm thinking about that and it's kind of crazy. But let me sit down. My arm is cramping because I filmed my ASMR video today and for a good chunk of time. I didn't expect to film that long. And I don't know, was I carrying? No, I had these in my other hand. So let me show y'all. I don't know why I usually don't do my Target hauls on videos. See, I'm scatterbrained. Today's it's been really hectic. And we got that thing on the phone. I knew it was coming because people have been talking about it. The alert, like the nationwide emergency test or whatever. And yeah, and so I'm like, is that why my arm's cramping? Because it's where I got my COVID shot and now it's activating. I am joking. I do not believe that a thing on my phone did all that. Like this, it's not that powerful. It's powerful, but it's not that powerful. But I'm gonna share what I got. So I got these gnomes. I've told y'all I'm late on the gnome trend. I know gnomes have been really popular for a long time, but I'm just getting in on that trend. Windbreaker jackets on, that is so cute. And the ASMR is nice for those. And then I got this. I am a UNC fan, a Carolina fan, so I got this blanket because I've never seen them there. I've seen UNC Wilmington ones and some other schools, but this is plain out UNC Chapel Hill, so I had to pick that up because that's my school. And then my dad picked up these hockey cards for me because y'all know hockey is my favorite sport. And this is the new one for the season, and it has Austin Matthews on the cover, and he's on my favorite team, so fun. So I'm going to make some chicken pot pie for, this isn't really dinner. I have like 4 meals a day instead of 3 meals a day. This is how we do it. So I'm gonna have that, which I'll probably have half now and then half of my actual dinner time. But I usually when my arm cramps, that means I need to eat. Random, I know, really random there, but so I'm going to make some dinner, as I said, chicken pot pie, and I do have this still a sty right there, and I know 100% how I got it. On Sunday I wore eyeshadow for the first time in months, in probably like 6 months, and I totally forgot to take my makeup off when I got into the shower, and yeah, so I forgot to take my makeup off and it did that, which is extremely common. If you don't take off your makeup, your eyes and all can get infected. So that's what I'm dealing with right now, but definitely feels better than it did yesterday, so that's good. But I'm gonna go put these up with my decorations, open these while I wait for my food to cook, and then this is just gonna be chilling in my bedroom. Okay, I finished Daisy Jones, so I have come to the conclusion that the book is definitely better than the TV show. This was my 3rd time reading it, but the first time since seeing the TV series on Amazon. So that is all for the day. I'm looking to see which, oh, The Red Tent, I think that's what it's called. That's gonna be my next mood read. So I know that is a lot, it was some famous person's favorite book. Was it Gwyneth Paltrow? I don't know, it was somebody famous. But we're going to read that next. I read 104 pages a day, so I've read over 100 pages every day this week, so pretty proud of myself about that. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Are we live? Yeah, so it is Thursday. Did my October nails. We did kind of a gel nail thing because I did a base coat, so my nails hopefully won't stain, and then I did a top coat just because it came with a top coat, so I did anyway, and they look so shiny and pretty. There are the thumbs. And I am about to go to a concert. The concert is in like an hour. Yeah, a little over an hour now. I'm gonna leave my house at 7 and the concert starts at 7:30. So it is the Wallflowers and then David Rosel's, I've never heard of him, so I could be pronouncing his name wrong, is the opening act, which I did not know there was an opening act till last night, so hopefully it's not too long. Yeah, by the Wallflowers, I only know one song, but I really liked the documentary the lead singer made, Jacob Dylan, and I really liked his documentary Echo in the Canyon, so I was like, okay, I'll see him in concert because he seems cool, and it was in my town, so nobody ever comes here that I care about. It's always like R&B and country. I think I talked about this, and that's just not my jam. At least not the ones that come to my town, because I do like some R&B, I do like some country, but I'm not a fan of any of the artists that have come here. So I did just finish Babel. It's getting a 3.5, which I think is the lowest I've ever given one of her books. Also want to show the bookmark. I tend to get lost because book of the month bookmarks are always fun. So why is this a 3.5? Characters are the main part of why this got such a low rating. So I give the characters a 3-star. So I'll tell you out of the main characters what I think of each one. So Robin, I loved Robin at the start of the book, probably the first 50% even. I really liked his character. I loved the innocence of childhood, and just then we got to see him come of age, go into college and all of that, and I just thought there was such an innocent and magical feeling to him as a main character in a fantasy novel, and I loved him. But then we get to the last quarter of the book, he just snaps. I thought of the word snap earlier, and I'm like, that's what happens. And it was just, I don't get how he went from basically one person to another. He changed completely, and I can understand how somebody could go that arc, but it just did not play. Like, he wasn't well developed getting from point A to point B. I feel like there just needed to be more done in between that, because as I said, it was just a sudden snap. Rami, we know I hated him. I thought he was an asshole. Like, I don't like to cuss, but that's what he was, a smart ass. I really didn't like him. Then Victory, I'm not sure how to say her name. It's French, and we know my French pronunciation sucks, but she was just kind of there. I did love the chapter of her, the epilogue was her point of view, and I really did love that. But for the majority of the novel, she was just kind of a side character and didn't play a huge part. Letty's another character that I think they just had a full-on switch, a snap, that she just snapped, and I don't think there was enough development done from point A to point B once again. Atmosphere, I gave a 4-star. Like, yeah, it was great. It was Victorian England, which I do really enjoy, but I feel like this could be set in any time other than the modern day, and it would work out. And then writing was another downfall for me. It was really dense, and I could only read about 25 pages in a sitting, and sometimes even that was too much. It was just very dense, and I wouldn't even say info dumpy. It was just dense. And then it just went on for far too long. I think that it could have been cut shorter, maybe by 150 pages. And then plot sounds really cool, and the plot was good. So, and there were a lot of good ideas and points brought up about like colonialism, racism, and then I really enjoyed the bits about language and where language comes from, how these words developed from other languages, and just how languages are all connected and kind of like bounce off one another. So it was a good book. I would still recommend it, but it's not a great book. It's not a new favorite. But R.F. Kuang is an author that I will always recommend because I love the Poppy War trilogy so much, one of my favorite series, and it's great, but this one did not live up to that. I do have another book by her called Yellowface or Yellowfaced, which is a contemporary thriller. I have not picked it up yet, but that is her newest release, and I do intend on picking it up. And I don't know if this is going to be a series or not, because it says an arcane history, so that makes it seem like there's going to be other about different kinds of metals, because this one was mainly about silver, so I don't know if they're into a gold, bronze, iron, whatever. There are my thoughts on Babel. I will be starting Miracle Creek tomorrow, but that will not be in a vlog. But yes, so next clip will probably be at the concert for a band I only know one song by, so kind of I'm being really fake. But we can learn new songs, right? Everyone gets a little high, oh, take me home to the place I belong.
said I lost my only friend. But said she not easy, no, got a heart to seize. As I listen to the cemetery shoe.